Coming up on Jaguar News.
Not all students who want to eat during second lunch are getting fed.
I have to power walk, but if I don't power walk, then I don't get the lunch.
We find out what's behind South's food shortage.
And sounds of Mexican culture fill the auditorium in honor of one historical figure.
Also, find out how running transformed the life of one senior at South.
Coming to you from the Broadcast Center at South Mountain High School, it's Jag News May.
Welcome to this week's edition of Jaguar News. I'm Jose Contreras.
And I'm Danielle Kiwis. Jaguar News has discovered a problem during school lunch. A food shortage is our top story. South's lunch manager says more people attend second lunch than they do first lunch. But it's during second lunch that students feel that they are not getting the food that they want. Jaguar News reporters Amanda Salome, along with Tierney Hightower, tells us what's behind the food shortage.
South administrators say they have tried to have an equal number of students in both lunches, but too many students, it seems more people attend second lunch than first lunch. This puts second lunch students at a disadvantage, especially when they're hungry. The cafeteria gets full in a matter of seconds. Students feel it's the biggest reason they don't get the lunch they want.
Because the lines are pretty long, so it takes me a long time, and sometimes they run out the food I want.
It was a time when I wanted to get a cheeseburger, and they said they didn't have any more. And I love food, so I was getting emotional. I was about to cry over a cheeseburger. So that day I didn't eat.
For example, if the cafeteria is serving a chicken and rice special, people arriving late to second lunch could get rice, but no chicken. The lunch manager says the shortages are the result of a decision not to waste food.
Right now, because of the end of the school, we are cutting down on a lot of stuff, so we don't have a lot of food thrown out.
The bell just rang for first lunch, and as you can see, there are not many students. It is now the beginning of second lunch. The number of students has just multiplied. Huge difference. Some students at second lunch say they usually have to race to the cafeteria to get the lunch they want.
I have to power walk, but if I don't power walk, then I don't get the lunch, and then I get all sad and mad and stuff.
Lunch manager says part of the problem is that school is almost over.
Next year, it'll be a lot better. But like I say, it's already towards the end of the school year, and we're trying to not waste a lot of food, so we are cutting down a lot.
The only question remaining is how the cafeteria staff will manage the food shortage next year. We'll look into that next week. I'm Amanda Salmi, along with Tierney Hightower for Jag News.
The lunch manager says that they will try to make accommodations for next year to help feed the whole school.
Seniors' graduation is almost here, but grades aren't the only things that can keep some students from wearing that cap and gown. All seniors should visit the bookstore to check if they have any debts from athletics or class fees. You must clear all debts before the day of graduation, or else you will not be allowed to walk on graduation day.
Usually it's teachers who grade their students, but on one website we found, it's students who grade their teachers. Take a look at a website where you as students can grade your teachers. RateMyTeachers.com is similar to the site RateMyProfessor.com, which is used for college students who want to know more about their professors. One student at South thinks these sites would be helpful for entering college.
It would give me a clue as to what to expect when I'm in the new classroom environment.
And here's how it works. We logged on to RateMyTeachers.com and searched South Mountain High School. We found that it lists the teachers at the school and gives them an overall quality rating. For example, the Rate My Teacher site gave math teacher Todd Decker a 100% rating. The rating is based on easiness, helpfulness, clarity, exam difficulty, and more. One person said Mr. Decker is a unique kind of teacher, very intelligent and fun. One teacher says the website strengthens the communication between her and her students.
I think that we can get a lot of good information from hearing our feedback from students and finding out what's working and what's not from their point of view.
A couple students think that there will be much use for this website and that their comments will help the way their teachers teach in the classrooms.
Actually would benefit us because then they'll know what they're doing wrong and then they could probably fix it.
It would benefit the classroom because then they either see what they need to work on or what they're already good at.
Although there are plenty of people who feel that this website may be useful, at least one student thinks that the students' comments will not change the way a teacher teaches because there are not a lot of students that might even use the site. Try looking at the website and see if your comments will help your teachers.
Summer school is being offered once again here at South Mountain, and your applications are ready to be picked up. Summer school will be held from May 27th through June 26th on Monday through Thursday. English, math, science, and history classes will be offered in the morning and afternoon for all students who want to get ahead in classes or retake a class that they failed. You can pick up your application in the counseling office Turn in your application as soon as possible before spots are taken and you're put on the waiting list.
One of South's academic stars has won a prestigious scholarship. Jaguar News reporter Kimberly Aguilar tells us how this miracle baby has become a huge success story.
Amy Scroggins is ranked near the top of the senior class academically. But just to see her walking down the halls, you'd never guess that her father says it's a miracle that she was even born.
Well, me and my wife were taking birth control because we had already had 4 kids. So we were taking birth control. And then, we know that she came under that, we know she was special.
Amy has recently been awarded the Gates Millennium Scholarship, which is funded yearly by Bill and Melinda Gates. This scholarship covers any expenses that Amy might need, including traveling expenses, books, and personal expenses.
I honestly didn't think I would be chosen because there's 50,000 applicants and they choose 1,000 out of all of those applicants. And I was looking at people who have higher ACT scores and higher GPAs and go to more better schools than I do, but I ended up winning.
I had no doubt that she was going to be one of the recipients because she's an excellent student. She fights for what she wants, and her education is one of the things that she wants the most.
Amy says writing is what truly helped her win the scholarship since she had to write 8 different essays.
When we used to go to like the stores or anything like that, she would go straight to the book section. And then, she liked her toys and everything, but she loved the books a lot more.
At the age of 13, Amy actually wrote 3 books in hopes that she will publish one soon. Amy will be attending the University of San Francisco next fall to major in education to become an English teacher. Congratulations on your success, Amy. For Jaguar News, I'm Kimberly Aguilar.
Coming up on Jaguar News,
Sophomore invades the stands at the Diamondbacks game.
And senior drama students direct their first plays for class.
We think you need to fire you. We are gonna fire you for
Cesar Chavez has impacted many lives, especially those of Hispanic heritage. The impact has made a huge difference, and it was shown at this year's Cesar Chavez Assembly. Jaguar News reporter Leilonni Robinson brings us more on this American heroic figure.
The Hispanic culture thrives here at Sophomore High School with dancing and singing and everything in between. Thursday, April 24th, Metro put on an assembly honoring a man who fought for justice. Cesar Chavez was a hardworking man who has made a difference, not only for farm workers' lives, but for a lot of people's lives as well.
I think as a Latino, the impact that Cesar Chavez has had on my life is knowing that there's someone who came before me that fought for my civil rights.
Si se puede. Yes, we can is a familiar term heard here at South Mountain High School.
Cesar Chavez has taught me that there is no boundaries, no limits, que si se puede.
The guest speaker was a former South graduate who, like many others, looked to Cesar Chavez for inspiration.
Example of that, where through high school, through community college, and now at ASU, it took one step at a time, and thankfully now I have, and I'm where I'm at.
It doesn't matter what statistics tell you, that you can basically overcome them and surpass your greatest expectation.
You can't oppress someone who's not afraid anymore.
Many people believe that Cesar Chavez is an American hero who leaves behind a great legacy. Reporting for Jaguar News, I'm Leilonni Robinson.
South's JROTC team has been on a roll lately. Just last weekend, the team competed against a number of other West Coast teams. The Golden Bear West Coast Nationals took place just outside Los Angeles. It is one of the largest meets of its kind outside of Arizona. South's team finished first overall, besting out of as many as 60 other teams. Special congrats to drill team commanders Jonathan Garcia, Janelle Burkhart, and Maria Rodriguez, who have been on the team all 4 years.
South Mountain, among other schools, were recently honored at an Arizona Diamondbacks game for a check of $150,000. South Mountain was one of 30 schools that got chosen out of 800 submissions. Along with the grant money, South Mountain was awarded with 1,000 tickets for students, staff, and parents to come out and catch a game at Chase Field. Mr. Tiras accepted the award for South Mountain.
It's just awesome being this close to the field, actually being on the field. I was like an inch away from the grass. They told me I couldn't step on it, so.
Oh, really?
And being able to get the 1,000 tickets for the students and their families was awesome.
Coming up on sports, the spring sports season has come to an end.
And a story on how running changed the life of one of our seniors here at South.
Our girls softball team had its final game this Wednesday, and it was an emotional day for many, especially the 6 seniors on the team.
Before the game started, the 6 players walked to the pitcher's mound with their parents and were given gifts by their teammates. It was then game time. South faced Mesquite High School. Mesquite would score in the first inning to get a big lead over our Lady Jags. Our girls would put on a fight. Here we have Lydia Gonzales throwing the ball to Anna Rose Santa Cruz for the out. Fortunately, Mesquite add on to their lead and South would lose 0-30.
The spring sports season is now in the books. But first, look at the baseball team's last home game.
Williamsfield would get a hold of the lead in the first inning. South Mountain would score 2 runs late in the third, but Williamsfield would only add to their lead, with the final score being 2-12.
The tennis season is not over. Although our Lady Jags went 0-14, the Lady Jags still played their heart out on their last game of the season.
Desert High School, here at South. The girls would give their all, but at the end fell 0-9. This was the last time seniors Veronica Dominguez and Passion ever stepped foot on a court for South Mountain.
An upcoming dodgeball tournament hosted by the baseball club will take place May 16th in the new gym from 4 to 7 p.m.
It will be $50 per team, and all teams can have up to 7 members. Each team must have a theme in order to participate. You must submit a registration form to the athletics office before paying your money to the bookstore. All registration forms can be picked up from the athletics office or from the baseball club. It is encouraged that you submit your registration form and pay your fee as soon as possible in order to receive a spot for your team. Space is limited.
A number of South students struggle to lose weight. One student has lost over 40 pounds since her freshman year. Jaguar News reporter Kevin Ixtabalan tells us her secret.
Senior Erica Gutierrez has been running cross country all 4 years. She averaged about 3 miles a day during the season.
In fact, I wasn't really happy how I looked before because I was always getting criticized about being fat or just being lazy or just like having to fit into bigger clothes, and every girl fit into skinnier clothes. I kind of felt bad, so I decided to make a change.
During 8th grade, she weighed slightly over 140 pounds, which is overweight for a girl that's only 4'7" tall.
She's a quiet leader. She finds out the best way to get things done. She instructs people on an individual basis on how to do things to the best of their ability, and then leads by example.
She's really grown as a person. You know, she started off so kind of contained, and she's definitely broken out of that shell over the years. And she's been with me for all 4 years of high school, and I couldn't pick a better friend to spend my years in Stugo with.
As a runner, Erica preferred to raise the team's spirits by cheering and encouraging them not to give up.
Erica has impacted my life by involving me into cross country and track. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been running cross country and track.
She motivates me to do good in work and also in my school, but she motivates me to do better on the field, on the track, cross country, wherever I'm at. And whenever I'm feeling down, she's the only one that has actually been there to bring me back up.
As Erica advises, lay off the chips and the soda to boost your weight loss. Drink lots of water and eat a healthy diet. For Jaguar News, I'm Kevin Ixtabalan.
That's it for sports. Back to you guys.
As the school year comes to an end, the seniors in the repertory theater class had the chance to direct their own plays. Jaguar News reporter Armenta goes behind the scenes to see how some confronted a new challenge.
Most theater students are used to acting on stage, but this time roles were reversed.
This play that you're about to watch next is called The Almost First Kiss.
7 seniors in the South Mountain Center for the Arts repertory theater class had the chance to choose and direct their own one-act plays, alone.
Some of the challenges you have to face is making choices and being able to communicate with your actors, as well as choosing what song to pick or what prop.
Comedy, and we think we're pretty funny.
Destiny Gonzales and Hernandez directed a play based on superheroes.
It's mighty time.
But it wasn't easy. There wasn't a lot of time to prepare.
We had about 2 weeks, and I had a cast of 7 for a 20-minute play. So that was the hardest thing, and then fitting all the rehearsals in and people not showing up.
It wasn't just the first time for seniors to direct a play. For some, it was also their first time acting in one.
Considering this was my first time, pretty nerve-wracking, but all the other actors it's just like a big family here. It's really good, and we came together and we pulled it off.
The seniors are now writing self-assessments on how they feel they did during their plays and are working on their senior videos.
There's a different kind of dance coming to South. Step Team is sponsoring a Sadie Hawkins dance. That's where girls ask the guys to the dance. The dance will take place next Friday between 9 and 11 at night. Tickets are $3 before the event, or $4 at the door. That's it for this week's edition of Jaguar News.
Next week, we'll bring you what some seniors plan to do after high school.
Goodbye.